Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Lost in the Wild podcast. Today, mixing it up again, two fresh faces, both good friends. I don't know who wants to go first.
Hello.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah, name of Tim.
Name of Tim, last name of Kodner.
Last name of Kodner. Joined in for the podcast. Looking forward to it.
Hey, buddy.
Sam Pannett.
Are you related to Slam Planet?
Oh, yeah, actually.
You know that guy?
He's a cousin. We don't talk much anymore, though.
Sad. Hey, Sam.
How you doing, Jordan? Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, of course, dude. It's a show, but really at the end of the day, we're just talking.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we usually warm up, kind of like catch people up to speed on who all these people are to me, to each other.
Yeah.
So like we're all buds. I went to preschool with Tim.
Mm-hmm. Lucky Lane, baby.
Not a lot of memories from. I mean, do you?
Lucky Lane robot. I remember you laughed when I explained to you that I had wiener dogs.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you actually had the type of dog
that
is a wiener dog, and I laughed.
Oh yeah. And I told you I had wiener dogs. I remember it. It's a memory.
My sense of humor was far ahead of most preschoolers. That's a very highbrow joke to laugh at.
I would agree that you would still laugh at a joke of that caliber today.
I mean, the sad thing is it's not a joke. It's just he just said wiener.
Yeah, but that's
it's
Wieners
kind of
is funny.
it's funny.
Yeah. Do you still have wiener dogs?
I do.
Oh yeah.
Do you still have a sugar glider?
My sister does.
What's it like
Really?
owning a sugar glider?
I don't know. You'd have to ask my sister. I barely see it.
All right, come back next week for Tim's sister on the podcast.
Emma Kodner.
Tales from the owner of a sugar glider. Okay, so wow, you actually have a memory of me from preschool.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry to say I don't really remember it that much.
Yeah.
But my mom was our music teacher, and I remember we did a recital, and one of the songs involved like an instrument that you could eat at the end.
Yeah,
Lollipop.
Fruity Tooties, baby.
A toot sweet, yeah.
Toot sweet.
So it's like a slide whistle made of candy. And I'm pretty sure everyone was just like, let's get through this so we can eat it.
Oh, it was yum yum.
And do you remember around Halloween? I guess I do have some memories of this. Do you remember around Halloween we'd sing a song about like scary ghosts and the lights would go out like it was a mystery, like right when we all clapped? But like, of course, when you get older, you're like, oh, it's just a teacher in the back of the room.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember that, yeah.
When I got older, like obviously graduated preschool and middle school and stuff, sometimes I would come in and I would be the guy who turned off the lights.
Oh.
So that came full circle. Hey, Sam.
Oh, shit.
Sam was my first friend in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a world geography class together.
Oh man. You, me, and Sam. The
You
real
are.
Sam Pannett to you, I guess, right? Didn't you? Or was that Eric that wanted? Did you ever hear that story?
No.
It was Eric, actually, because when we went to 6th grade camp, Eric really liked Andrew Hollenreich.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't know his name. He didn't know his name was Andrew Hollenreich. He thought he was Sam Pannett. So he wrote Sam Pannett as like someone he wanted in his cabin. And then it turned out that we were in the same cabin. And yeah, that's kind of just the way that went.
Wow, I did not know that.
Mhm.
I mean,
Interesting. But Eric was in there and Andrew was in there, right?
I wasn't in that. I was in a cabin with like Jacob Young.
No. In the world geography class with
Eric wasn't in there. Goose might have been in there.
Are you sure Eric wasn't in there?
I don't think Eric was in there because I was
Who
already
was the
friends
teacher?
with Eric.
What was her name?
Miss Esslinger.
Yeah.
I'm
God,
pretty
I
sure
remember her.
Mozamel was in there. Mozamel.
Mozamel. Oh my god.
We were talking about Mozamel the other night. Yeah.
Really? Why did you bring up Mozamel recently?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know. We were trying to think.
I mean, he's
Mozamel-
kind of an enigma, right?
He needs. I was just gonna say he's an enigma.
He's
he needs to come on
normally
here.
he's normally
Remember all that fluff that went around about him being spotted in the library reading the book on communism?
No.
Kind of. Yeah. kind
Yeah, a
of.
little bit. I don't know. My brother was asking, who was that kid?
Oh man.
It was
I
like a
remembered.
big deal that someone
Oh,
saw.
it wasn't a big deal. It was a little. I don't know.
He used to make really weird. He used to say weird stuff. Something about there's like an American car on fire. Like there's like a bus. Eric told me this. There was a bus ride to school, and Mozamel was like, "Die, American car," or something like that. And I was
Is
like,
that right?
"Jeez." Yeah, man.
He was always. I was friends with him. I would say. I don't know.
Same.
Said hi to him all the time.
I wish I could remember the conversations we had because they were always fun. Like every time he walked away from a conversation, I was like what just happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and then like Tim, also in 6th grade. I didn't really see you in between preschool and middle school, Tim.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, went to went to Bellarive Elementary School for my first kindergarten and 1st grade, which funneled into North High School, but then I switched over to Mason Ridge, and yeah, who did I meet there? I met some other people, some other characters who went on to Central, but yeah, I was one of like the 20% that went on to Central, and then that's where we all met back up.
Were there any like standout story? Like I feel like elementary school is kind of an age where some funny stories can happen. As you like get to know everybody, like in that time that we didn't know each other, did anything really funny happen to you?
My 3rd grade teacher was a Zumba instructor, so we did Zumba.
Wow.
Yeah. My 2nd grade teacher would bribe us with Teddy Grahams if we got questions right, and I really liked Teddy Grahams, and a lot of people really like Teddy Grahams, cinnamon Teddy Grahams. She had a whole jar of them, which isn't allowed now. Because
to give food.
True.
Yeah, right.
There's a dumb food policy in our district now.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. So she would bribe us with those and like get us to do things with the Teddy Grahams. It's kind of bad. I don't know. I remember I was quiet and I sat with a bunch of hooligans at my table in that class, and we had to sit in for recess one day. I was mad. That's what I remember from that. But going back to, let's see, Mason Ridge. Once my sister was in kindergarten, and she had this teacher by the name of Mrs. Gentry. It was an old lady, kinda. She had been teaching there a while. She'd fucking the PTO or whatever would hold dinners for her because she was like such a beloved teacher. They'd hold dinners for her at Napoli too.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
It's a nice place.
Yeah, shit like that. I don't know how it got brought up or whatever. You know, you're a little kid, you're starting to get loose teeth, right?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
I would
Yeah.
agree with that.
Your teeth fall out. I don't know how this got brought up. Me and a friend went over to her room. I was in 2nd grade at the time, I believe, and my sister was in kindergarten. And I don't know if I had a loose tooth or if my friend had a loose tooth, but we went in there and somehow that got brought up. And while we were talking to her, this old lady, she's like, "Oh, hold on, wait a minute." She presents us with this slice of bread. It's painted like a slice of bread, but it's a rock. Like a solid rock, but it's painted like a slice of bread. And upon further examination, you can see dent marks and chips in the paint and what looked to be blood. She's like, "Bite this."
She
Yeah.
pulled it out of her desk like she's used it before,
Yes,
obviously.
Yes, and I was astounded. Even as a 2nd grader, I was like, "That's not right. I don't think that's allowed."
Red flag
Bite
right
the
there.
bread?
No, I was like, "Ha, ha, ha," laughed it off, blah, blah, blah. But it was really weird. And I told my parents, and my parents didn't believe me. But I swear to God, to this day, I don't know. She no longer teaches there. She retired.
Probably because of the bread.
Yeah.
Probably caught a really big lawsuit.
I have no idea.
That was used as evidence in
Yeah.
court, like
No joke.
Bludgeoned 12 children that year.
That's
with a rock painted like a piece of bread. Testimony from kindergartner Tim Kodner,
Yeah.
2nd grader.
My God.
That was a good story. That was like that was probably the best thing you could have responded to that
No
prompt.
cap.
Very
No
good.
cap.
Good shit, Tim.
True.
And what about you, Sam? I didn't know you in elementary school. You got anything like that?
I don't know. Elementary school was pretty cool. I remember liking elementary school a lot. I kind of was in a similar situation with Tim where I had a sibling there at the same time as me for like a year or two, which was cool because I had like super clout with all the older kids, which like me being kindergarten and 1st grade me, I was like, this is so sick. But No, I was kind of fat in elementary school, genuinely. Like I was sort of chubby, and that was fun, I guess. I don't know. Not really much to say about that, but I don't know. I played a lot of sports. Yeah. Elementary school was fairly uneventful for me.
Yeah.
I can't think of any like crazy stories. There was one time I had a girlfriend in like 3rd or 4th grade. I don't know, classic me, always having a girlfriend. But there was one day where, you know those like little rubber things that you used to put on your pencils?
Yeah.
The like
grips.
like the grips, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like my girlfriend at the time like was there at the beginning of the day, and then at the end of the day was gone, and I was so confused. I was like, where'd she go? And then I heard through the grapevine that she had swallowed one of those like little rubber grips, and I remember me being so concerned as like a 2nd or 3rd grader. Like I was really freaking out. Like I was like, oh my god, she's gonna die. Like this is the worst thing ever. And so I remember that very clearly. I also remember myself swallowing a ton of things. Like I swallowed a penny one time. I swallowed a little metal like bolt one time. And I remember getting to a point where I was like, this is a serious problem. I need to stop putting things
in your mouth.
I need to stop putting foreign objects in my mouth, definitely.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, and then we moved on to middle school and I got over that.
I'm glad.
Asphyxiation,
Dude,
you could say.
When Sydney was here, just while we were talking, he just casually, like, for context, there's a bowl of very obviously fake, like, flowers and shit in the middle of this table that we're sitting around. Sydney just picked one out of the bowl and ate it.
Wow.
This is, like, feel it. It's like...
Oh, yeah, it's super fake.
Did he swallow it?
No, he, like, chewed on it and, like, pulled it out. It was gross.
I bet I could one up him and swallow one of these.
I don't need you to do that.
Yeah.
That's
you
on
also
you.
got some batteries.
But, like, your
Ooh,
story...
yeah, let me have a battery, actually.
Okay. The good stuff.
No.
Your story reminded me of a time... This is just a quick one. Arjun, who has actually been on here...
Oh yeah, really?
One time, like, do you guys remember bendy rulers? Like,
yeah, sure.
Schools used to have like provide rulers and stuff, just be in like a big tub, and some of them were like flexible, and that was cool.
Yes.
He tried to bend a non-bendy ruler, thinking it was a bendy ruler, and it snapped because it's just plastic, and he just like stared down at it for a second, and just started crying.
Oh
and
no!
And the teacher, like, I think made him pay for it, and it was just.
That's
like,
ridiculous.
Oh man.
Maybe not. That sounds kind of wrong.
My tax dollars don't do enough, I guess.
Yeah.
They make a poor little Arjun pay for a bendy ruler that wasn't a bendy ruler.
It's like such a dumb mistake. Yeah.
I got a couple more stories maybe.
Let's hear.
One of them relating to somebody who go to school with. Might have told this before. Phoebe King, right? I was in kindergarten with her. I think I was in her class. I'm pretty sure.
He knows he was in her class.
I don't know, man. It was either first grade or kindergarten, but I exclaimed for some reason. I said, "Oh my God." And Phoebe King didn't take kindly to that as a little kid, and she told on me.
Oh. Because you said God?
Yeah. And that's something I remember. I'm sure she doesn't. But yeah.
I feel like for some reason I feel like you like had a bunch of weird stuff happen to you
man.
in elementary school.
Yeah, but
like,
you've just had a lot of, in like my eyes, strange things that have happened to you.
She told on me though, and it never can. I didn't get in trouble or anything because the teacher was probably like, whatever. I don't know.
Did you ever forgive her?
Yeah. At first I was really hurt.
Wrong move.
As I was a sensitive kindergarten. There's this one time in 2nd grade at Mason Ridge. We got dismissed for recess after lunch and whatnot. And so we were like the last table to get dismissed. I wasn't even sitting at this table during lunch, but it was the table with all my friends at it. So I went over there to hang out after I ate my lunch. And apparently they were being loud the entire time, so they were last to get dismissed. And like the counselor comes up and she's like ripping into them, and I don't give a fuck because I wasn't even sitting there. And so I thought it'd be funny to flip the bird underneath the table, like between my legs, and flash it to all my friends who thought it was hilarious and
How
couldn't
old were
stop
you?
laughing. 2nd grade. And so they kept laughing throughout their scolding, like from this counselor, and she wasn't having it because they kept laughing. So they was like, all of you go see Dr. Ice, which was the new.
That's the
fucking
coolest,
Dr.
most
Ice.
scariest principal
She
name
was
ever.
the new like assistant principal or something. And we go up there, and she immediately, Dr. Ice scares us shitless as second graders. We walk in, and she's like, "Sit your ass down," to some second graders.
Sit your ice down.
Yeah. So we were all like, "Oh,
She
she
makes
means
puns.
business," because she said a bad word. And we're in second grade.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
That seems a little off the handle, I feel like, for an
Yeah.
elementary school vice principal.
Yeah, Dr. Ice wasn't playing around. She gave us the roundabout and made us apologize to the counselor, which we did. And I was like, wow, that was some stupid shit.
You got iced.
Yeah.
She like hands you an ice cube when you leave her office and is like, remember this.
Remember
Yeah.
this. You have to put it in your pocket until it melts, and then your pants are wet and you get made fun of. It's in your pants. Oh,
Damn.
man. That's
Yeah.
a strat right there, low-key.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. How was your elementary school?
I was this whole time. I was like, I had a few different things to tell you. I mean, one time there was a kid.
So, wait, can I ask you a question first?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
did you went to elementary school with, like, Jacob and Anthony?
No,
No.
He went to Green Hills.
Jacob.
Jacob, Mitch, Eric, Michael, Alex.
Oh, yeah, so just everyone else. Okay.
That was the question.
Just a preface, just so I can get my
Okay.
bearings.
Well, yeah. So these stories will probably revolve around them.
Yeah.
There was a guy who was known for being pretty tough, serious, scary. He just threatened to kill me once because he
Tough
liked the
guy.
same girl.
Yeah.
And not rumors. We got a serious talk one time about somebody like in elementary school. You would bring your backpacks and we'd all hang them up on like hooks in the back
Yeah.
room.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Somebody was going around and cutting like the straps with scissors, and
Classic prank.
no one knew who it was. I mean, like, it like bothered me as a kid because I was like, why do I have to worry about the safety of my backpack? Like, who is this like lunatic who's, defacing everyone's property? And apparently Eric innocently just walked by, caught this guy in the act, like mid cutting with scissors, turned him in.
Oh, shit.
He got in trouble.
Good for Rick.
And he was pissed off. He's like, who told on me?
Oh, no.
And I think the reason he turned him in is because it escalated to cutting the cords on computers. Like, we had like
God.
old Macs in the classroom, and someone was like cutting the cords so they were like dead. And I think Eric, as the vigilante he is, turned him in and never told this guy who it was because he was very scared of
The consequences.
the consequences.
Yeah.
Graduated keeping the secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the most like
I think I've heard you tell that story, but I've never heard Eric tell
his
that
version
story.
would be better. I should have asked him about it on here. His version would be better as a first-hand account. I mean, I remember like my worst day of elementary school was in second grade. I brought a Frisbee to recess, like in my backpack, because there were no Frisbees, and I was like, oh, I could just bring a Frisbee and we'll play with it. So naturally, everyone wants to come play with my Frisbee.
Oh, yeah.
Cool
And
guy.
I'm like, I wanted to play with certain people, but I'm like, okay, well, everyone's having fun. We'll do it. But then somebody who I don't like, I don't even remember who it was. I just remember like it was someone I wouldn't have wanted to play with my Frisbee. Like one of the one or two people I really would have been like, you don't deserve my Frisbee.
Yeah.
Like grabbed it from me. And I was like, bro, like give it back. And he's like, no, I want to throw it. So he goes to throw it and he pulls his arm back and just nails me in the nose, like elbows me very hard in the like eyes/nose region. And I didn't get knocked out, but everything went black and I stumbled back. And when my vision like came back, my Frisbee was on the roof.
Oh,
It was like a
shit.
2-in-1 insult to injury. And I was just like, I hate life. Like, oh my God. And I was crying because my face hurt and my Frisbee's on the roof. And I went and told the teacher and she's like, I don't think we can get it. Like, I don't know. So my dad and I'm pretty sure came back with a ladder because we lived by the school and
Oh, my God.
got it. But I remember like, obviously that scarred me. That 2-in-1 combo scarred me because I'm like, I can remember that story pretty clearly now. I remember like where I was standing. I was just, yeah.
I got hit in the face once. I got hit in the face with a soccer ball when I was a little tot. Same region. Got nailed. We were like passing the soccer ball, and this was before I moved, so this is when I went to Bellerive, and I was playing around with these kids who were like college age at the time, but they were big boys, and one of them just like punted the soccer ball across the field and nailed me in the face.
Jeez.
Oh,
And
Scott Sterling.
Scott Sterling.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened. I remember that pretty clearly.
Wow. I mean, the other thing I was going to say, which was like maybe, no, it wasn't more scarring to me, but at the time it really freaked me out. Elementary school was like the first and only time I've had a girlfriend, and but it's like you, like with quotations, like girlfriend, you know?
Yeah.
And basically my best friend, Jacob, we, you know, did everything together. We're neighbors. We went to the same school, also had a girlfriend, and we ended up like shifting our, you know, feelings, whatever that was, to the girl that each other was dating.
Oh.
And it became like all four of us would kind of hang out, me, him, and the two girls. And eventually, like, we could tell like everything was wrong. Like everything was wrong. And our class at the end of 5th grade, the last thing we did as a class, we went to Six Flags, and we stayed there until it got dark. And the last ride we rode was the Ferris wheel, and the four of us were in a cart together, like kind of like a little double date thing. But we're going in a Ferris wheel, and it comes to a stop, and we're at the top, and it's just sitting still, as it does when they like reload out. And it's like a beautiful view. It's like just after sunset. There's just like a faint orange glow.
Where was this?
Six Flags, St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
And all of a sudden, like someone's like, we need to talk about this. And we're like, like there's nowhere to go. We're just all in one little cart.
Oh my
And so
God.
what happens is I'm like, I hate to say this, but if we're going to be honest, honestly, I probably wasn't the first person to say this. Whoever it was like, I'm just going to say it. I like Reagan. And Reagan's like, who I was dating is like, I like Jacob. And Jacob's like, I like Lindsay. And I liked, like, it was like no one, it was just really awkward.
Love square.
Yeah, it was a love square. And we're just sitting there in this wheel, and we're like, okay, that's not a happy ending for anybody. Like,
so the girl that you liked
Jacob, but he liked the girl that
he
liked me. He liked the girl that liked me.
Oh no.
It was a perfect love square.
You liked Reagan?
Yeah.
I can tell you about the other Timmy. That's another story from from elementary school.
The other Timmy?
Yeah, 3rd grade, there was nobody named Timmy. And so, lo and behold, fella comes in, new student, name of Timmy.
Ooh.
He's Australian.
Whoa.
Like, no
The
fucking
cooler
way.
Timmy.
No way.
Timmy
Yeah,
and-
you'd think. He comes in.
I would think. Let's see where it goes.
He comes in. He's from Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne.
Yeah. Comes in with a thick accent and a strut to his step. Saying, "Oi, I'm Timmy."
This was the first time you experienced the emotion of hate.
Somewhat.
Seems like it, yeah.
This fella comes in, turns out to be a big asshole.
Oh.
Big meanie. 3rd grade meanie, making fun of people. And we were like, 2 Timmys, but then it just grew to be, you're the nice Timmy, and the Australian Timmy's the mean Timmy. And yeah, he would do some inappropriate stuff, not nice things, and he moved back to Australia before the 4th grade. So I got my 3rd grade with Timmy Australia.
Damn.
That was a great story.
You asserted your dominance as the alpha Timmy.
Not even. He was just a dick.
You
and that
scared
put
him
me
out of
above.
the continent, dude.
Yeah.
In 1 year, you made him go home.
Oh man.
Yeah. He had a bowl cut.
Oh.
You did too, to be
No,
fair.
that was before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the one piece of him you took with you into the future as like
No,
an
I never
homage.
really thought about it like that.
It's an homage.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
All right.
I don't know
Timmy
about.
bowl cuts.
Look.
If your name is Tim, there's at least one point or another where you've had a bowl cut in your life, right?
I don't know. Take a poll.
I probably should. I should go on the Timmy Facebook page.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah, they got
people
Mean
make.
Timmy, Australian Timmy,
They got
Nice
that.
Timmy,
Goofy Timmy,
yeah,
tall Timmy,
Ju-
short Timmy.
Jungle Timmy.
Life in prison without parole, Timmy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he didn't deserve.
Surprisingly nice, actually. We've had multiple DMs, and they've been all very friendly each time. He was my pen pal.
Mhm.
Okay. So another memory from middle school I had of you is when we went to DC.
Oh yeah.
Tim,
I know where this
we
is
went
going,
to DC.
fella.
It was like the first trip I took without my parents. I think like we were with a teacher,
Grown.
all of our friends. Yeah, great iconic teacher. It was supposed to be really fun. Everyone had fun except Tim got like deathly ill.
Oh, yeah.
And spent every like attraction we went to. We're like, oh, here's the Lincoln Memorial. He's like sitting down on the ground with his face in his knees.
It fucking sucked.
I have
don't know.
pictures of you just like
Oh, yeah.
looking like
Damn.
you are dead.
I remember this.
Yeah.
Were you
I don't
with
know what
us?
hit me.
No, but I remember hearing that Tim was like super sick the whole time.
It was like really sad. I felt bad.
I ate sushi the first day
Oh, there's where you went wrong.
at one of the fucking malls that they have,
Oh,
like food
yeah.
court malls that they have all over DC. I fucking hate those. Those make me angry. I don't know. Something about that city threw me off.
Incompatible, dude.
And yeah, I don't know if it was the sushi or if it was just an anxiety attack or like panic attack that lasted a while. I'll never know. But I did. After that trip, I had to come home and then go on a road trip.
Oh, man.
And so, well, I threw up once, and that's when Crone came into our room with the sleeping cab.
Oh, we had to
On.
wake up our teacher at
That was
3 a.m.
hilarious.
because Tim threw up, and he's like in his box. He's like an old man kind of, and he's in his boxers
And
and
he had a fucking sleeping hat on with the ball at the end, like a Santa hat, kind of. Fucking Crone.
and he like didn't understand why he was being woken up.
He was like, "You all right, buddy?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." He's like, "All right, let me know if you need anything." I said, "Okay." And yeah, so I had to go on a road trip when I got back, like right when I got back. And so I got back still feeling like shit, still feeling whatever. And my mom gave me one of her 1/4 milligram Xanaxes. and
Oh, my
and I slept through the car ride and woke up feeling a little different. But then I went on Prozac, and then I was ready for freshman year of high school.
Man. That's amazing. I never knew that.
That's really funny.
Here, Timmy, have this Xanax.
I woke
Yeah.
up feeling a little different, and I was ready for freshman year.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's
Um,
awesome.
Do you have any stories about being class president?
Oh,
I shouldn't have been
God.
elected twice.
He gets by on his charm. I mean, why do you say that?
Oh man, I didn't do any more than anybody else as president. Let me tell you.
You're charismatic.
Yeah, I did some speeches and shit, and
I feel
freshman
like
year was great, but yeah, sophomore, like freshman, the summer between freshman and sophomore year was filled with lots and lots of marijuana and other stuff and exploration.
And then our president.
And I got sidetracked.
Got it.
And then I got real angry because, yeah, our president, smoking weed. I would get shit all the time for it because that was before everybody else was doing shit, mostly except for like the stoner group and everything.
Yeah,
So-
I've never heard you talk about this actually.
Every fucking like sporting event or whatever I would go to, whoever, at least one person from Stuco or somewhere else would be like, "Hey man, you high?"
Oh,
And it was sad.
That
Because
is
sometimes I wouldn't be high.
yeah. Come on.
Sometimes I wouldn't be, and they never got it. Oh
Yeah.
my God. That's hilarious.
Aw.
Who would say that? Like,
Lots of people.
oh my God. Like people from our grade or people from like
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. People always ask if hey, are you baked? You get stoned, bro?
Oh my God. Should
Yeah.
have been like, yeah, and I'm the president, so
Yeah.
shows you what you're doing wrong.
Became a whole hubbub, class president, big boy stoner.
I
Yeah.
tried to stay away from all that Stuco stuff, man, and any real.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna
responsibility.
say drugs, but you're like Stuco. Ugh.
Nah,
Student council.
I feel like I followed you kind of, not as much as you, but I was definitely the next one after you. Like,
That was goofy.
I'm not going to admit to anything or deny anything on here, but feel free to talk about it, whatever you want.
I mean, I don't really care. People already know it's legal now. So.
Not at the time of these stories, but it doesn't matter really.
Well, that's, whatever. I've been tried for it once. I
do
can't do it
okay?
again.
Do either of you? Wait, what do you mean?
Nothing.
Okay, okay. By your parents or?
Sure.
Wait, what?
Parents.
Did you go to court?
Not okay. Never mind.
What is this a secret thing? I'm not gonna ask you more
No,
questions.
no. I've never.
Were you?
I've been very close to like coming in legal trouble with drugs and stuff, but nothing
Oh yeah.
actual. The time that I was like a hair away from an MIP, that was
well,
that
yeah.
was scary.
I have a follow up story after asking this question, but do either of you guys have any like stories from like early experimental drug use, like any like first time?
First
like,
time I smoked weed, I fainted.
Really?
Yeah, I passed out. Thought I needed to go to the hospital. Yeah.
That must have been scary.
Yeah, it was. But then I don't know. I was all prepared. I did all my research and took a big old rip out of my brother's friend's one hitter and, took a breath afterwards to get it down, held it, and coughed my butt off. And then went back in and just sat down, listening to records, waiting for it to come on. And once it started coming on, I just got up. It's like, I was thinking to myself, is this being high on my stone? And it was really intense. Can't even tell you. I don't know how I was feeling. I just stood up and passed out and almost hit my head on the ping pong table that we had. Then I was just laying on the ground. My brother and his friend were looking over me like, get up. And I was like, what? And I thought I had to go to the hospital. I saw like my whole life crashing down, like me going to the hospital and fucking having to tell my parents that I smoked weed and shit. and they were like, get up. You're fine. And so then I got up and I was just really stoned. And then I spent the rest of the night watching Hiroki and Doug and my brother and people playing Virtua Tennis on the Dreamcast.
Damn,
That was that.
that's lit. Your first time.
Yeah, that was my first
ever.
time. That was my first time smoking
Wow.
weed.
You got
I don't know if that, for me personally, the first like 3 times I smoked, I did not feel anything. Like it took me a while. And then the first time that I actually ever did feel anything was in like, at the time it wasn't scary, but looking back was a very scary and dumb decision. It was before one of our high school football games. And I think it was me, Jacob, and Danny Higley went on the cross country trail. And we were smoking out of a one hitter. And like once we were done, before I even got out of the cross country trail, I knew it. I was like, I'm so high. This is crazy. Whoa, this is so weird.
And you're like in the jungle, like
Yeah, it was very hard to get out. I remember me and Jacob both falling, like both at different points in the trek, tripping and like falling, being like, oh. But like then we got to the football game, and it was just a ton of people. So many faculty and stuff. Like, I can't believe I didn't get nervous at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get nervous until somebody was like, your eyes are kind of red. And I was like, oh, no, they're not. Like, don't worry about me. But
instead of like coming up with like 15 other acceptable excuses, you just denied like an
oh no, I
obvious-
told people.
Yeah.
I like thought it was cool. I was like, this is so awesome. But then I like started to get nervous, and I went into the bathroom and borrowed eye drops from someone, and I remember asking them if they could put them in for me, because I was like, I can't do this. Oh my god,
That's funny.
But yeah, that was the first time. That was pretty fun. But then there was a couple like bad times after that.
Well, that's the story I want to tell, but
shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to admit to smoking weed, but if I have before, Tim was with me the first time.
Oh god.
And we would have played frisbee in a field, and it was really trippy.
Was I
Oh.
there? When was this?
Nope.
Mm.
Megan was with it, and Megan's older brother.
Classic, dude.
In theory.
Hypothetically,
Yeah.
yeah.
If that were to happen.
And
I remember good times at your house with the old magic flight.
Oh shit!
What's
Yeah.
that?
That's a big throwback.
Magic Flight Launchbox Vaporizer handheld. Yeah. It's
Dude, that was crazy.
battery powered beauty.
Yeah. You get yourself one of these
Mm-hmm.
doodads.
Actually, yeah. And he's holding up a AA battery. Yeah, that's all you needed.
what it
The
looks
like.
Magic Flight Launchbox, and you just
Yeah.
push it in, and then it
This is a
activated.
sponsored video. Sponsored by
Yeah, activate the heating element. It was clean, healthy,
Yeah,
alternative to smoking.
That thing was
Kush.
sweet. Another fond memory I have was this was a while after. This was once we'd all gotten into wax on like our own varying levels.
Yeah.
And we were at my house in that one back room, and you had your honey badger.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Don't say anything that has the potential to ruin your career in the future or anything like that.
This is all pretty.
I'm gonna
Okay.
be a rapper.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about that. It's
I'm gonna be a low-level businessman. I'm not too nervous as long as I'm not running for like.
low-level businessman. I like your aspiration. Yeah.
I'm just optimistic.
Yeah.
You could call it.
Realistic, optimistic.
You could call it something like that.
Yeah.
But
okay.
like, I mean, that was a good time, man.
Wait. Were you in the? I interrupted you. Were you in the middle of something?
Just that story. A funny thing about that, the next day my dad was like, "Hey, it smells in that room," and I literally said to him, "I said, no, it doesn't." I just said, "No, it doesn't." That was my gut reaction to say
Yeah.
that, and then he was like, and he dropped it, and I was like, "Sick! It's that easy? Oh my god, I'm gonna do that from now on."
I think we need, just because all three of us play a part in this story, we have to tell the story of this is the way we were caught for something pretty bad at the age we were at. I think
that
one
was
of-
that,
you should
what was
tell
that? That was freshman year.
You want me
Yeah.
to start from the conception of what led up to that?
Well, there was a little
Sure.
more. Well,
I don't even know where you're
well,
going to
you
go
should
with
you
it.
should wait to tell the. What are you just going to talk about the product and
yeah,
how the product
yeah,
came
and how
about?
it came to be.
We'll
Yeah,
just take
go-
turns and pass it off.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell that, and then I'll like start from the beginning of the night.
Or
Alright.
or would it make more sense? I don't think I've ever heard what you were about to say.
I'll
I don't
Would it make
know.
more sense to tell the story from our
Yeah.
perspective,
Yeah,
and then
do it,
he
do it.
reveals why it happened?
Well, I play a weird
Yes.
I play a weird situation in this because I knew both sides of the thing.
What?
There was a little bit of me that kind of knew what we were getting into.
Okay, there's a part of me, or like up until right now, I didn't know whatever you guys are hiding.
Well,
hiding nothing, man.
Not
Uh,
hiding, but apparently I'm about to find out.
how in detail can we get on this?
I'm gonna go in detail.
If Tim's going in detail, I'll go in detail.
Okay, I'm just
gonna Commit.
go in detail too then.
'Kay.
So, it was freshman year.
Hmm.
It was like around winter time, probably.
Sure.
Somewhat. And what, you, me, Jordan, and then
Jacob.
and Eric were all hanging out. And this was like at the peak of our,
Wasn't Danny there?
No. No. Daniel
I
wasn't.
thought Daniel was
just
the
us four.
sober guy watching us.
No way. If we would have had one of those, we'd have been fine. Nothing bad ever would have happened.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably just
I
hallucinated. him.
hallucinated Daniel at this event. Okay.
Jeez. Okay. Well, so we were looking for something to do. It was fun, chilling Friday night, trying to get a little wild or whatever. And so we wanted to get high, but we didn't want to do what we normally did, which was like scramble and try and get weed from somewhere and make like a bong out of like a mini Gatorade bottle or whatever.
I wouldn't say that was something we usually did.
Yes,
it
was.
Okay.
100%. So many times, like the first like 8 times.
Okay.
Like
But
so
I wasn't
many
with.
times.
This was really my second time. Besides the hypothetical frisbee scenario, this was the next thing I hypothetically did.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So I missed all of
Jeez
that.
Louise.
Right. That's where I
Man.
was a mess up.
I didn't realize that. Maybe I realized it in the moment and just forgot about it. But so
You probably convinced me it was no big deal.
so we didn't really know what to do. But we kind of lucked out with Tim because at the time we had access to edibles, which if you want to talk about
Yeah.
said hypothetical edibles.
All right. So
Tim's
hypothetical
great at
edibles.
baking.
I didn't procure these, but my brother's friend Brendan had ordered a he acquired he had acquired a half pound of cannabis trim, which is cheaper than just getting bud or whatever.
What is trim?
Trim is the trimmings from when they trim the plant.
normally
So
see.
it's
You know,
like
when they trim the leaves from the nugs and everything, you know.
it's like scraps, but if you like get them together, it's like the same thing.
Yeah, I mean it still contains cannabinoids.
Still has magical powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had a
As
half
you'll
pound of
find out.
trim, and we snuck into this facility because another of my brother's friends had a key to the kitchen of where he worked. He worked
What the
concessions
fuck?
at this one place. Yeah, he worked concessions, and so it was right real close to home. We just snuck in there at like 2 a.m. in the middle of the night, got into the kitchen, and like I played lookout and also helped out a little bit. But by the end of the night, the oil was already made, so Brendan had already put the half pound of trim into 2 jars of coconut oil, which turned from the normal clear, cloudy coconut oil to like dark, like black coconut oil.
So the coconut oil like absorbs the trim. like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
THC?
yeah. He already made like can of oil, and so then we just put the 2 jars into like 2 trays of brownies or something, and made the brownies and got the fuck out of there and didn't get caught and split the brownies up. And
Did the whole place smell?
I don't really know. I don't think it was too bad. Maybe a little bit, but yeah.
Why did you have to sneak in? Like, was it not an option to cook it at anyone's house?
Yeah, no, we couldn't cook it at anybody's house. Parents.
I wonder, like, that's a pretty serious. If you got caught, which we know someone who got caught for doing less than that and got a big punishment, that would have been a big deal.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But I mean, it was
That would've
easy.
been really bad.
Yeah,
probably.
probably. We got away with it, and
Man, you guys were reckless.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The brownies came to be, and
So in each pan, there was essentially a quarter pound's worth of.
if my memory serves me right, yeah, there was a fuck ton.
For the
Like
viewers-
they were
for the-
very
For the viewers at
overpotent.
home, that is too much.
Yeah. who
More
knows?
than a normal amount.
Yeah.
Who knows all the shit, but very, very, very potent. And yeah, they wanted edibles, so I knew how potent they were. I wasn't trying to fuck them up, so I believe I brought a single brownie over.
No, dude, we had to go out and
2.
pick them up.
Yeah,
Oh.
we got
on
them
the
from
sketchiest thing ever.
from someone.
Okay.
And
we skateboarded, right?
Yeah, we skateboarded to a
Parking lot
parking lot, and we met them there.
in the dark.
Put them in a knapsack. Skateboarded back home.
And Jacob's dad saw us leaving with skateboards and like a drawstring and a knapsack or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, where are you guys going? It's dark. It's nighttime."
Yeah, man.
And what did we say? I remember
We just
something
said
dumb.
we're going to skate.
Yeah, we literally said, "Yeah, we're just gonna go board." But like that wasn't really something we did at this point. I feel like, or no, we had already done
no,
it.
yeah. It wasn't a crazy.
It was something we hadn't
statement.
done in a while. I
The
feel
time and weather at the time was a little off because like
it's a cold night.
it
yeah.
wasn't like super cold. It was probably like 45, 50 degrees. So like, because I remember it was during freshman basketball season, so it was like around right now.
Okay.
I honestly think, you know what? I think it might have been the last night of winter break.
Wow.
I think it was the last night of winter break. I'm almost positive.
Which would make this like 4 years ago yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, realistically,
So
So,
anyway, more
yeah.
important details than this.
How much did you guys each eat?
we got to
Half. We
and
all ate
split.
half.
We did
Oh
halves.
God, yeah. I thought it was quarters, but yeah, it was half.
No.
And even half. I mean,
Did you know anyone personally that ate a whole one?
I think like the boys
The
back
boys.
home who made them, their tolerances were high though, but still they were getting really fucked up.
Yeah.
The brownies did not taste good.
They tasted. I vividly remember it was very hard
It was
to eat.
Awful. It was hard to swallow.
So hard. They were dry.
Mm-hmm.
Really
So
dry.
a few minutes in, Jacob's crying. Jacob's like watching Team America World Police and crying out of like
Yeah.
some emotion, not
Something
laughter.
ridiculous.
He was just like, he just couldn't contemplate like anything. That was weird. Eric got very paranoid.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, Eric did
I
get
came
super
over.
paranoid.
and the thing is, Tim is involved. I didn't even know you were involved in the origin of the product.
Okay.
But someone, maybe me, maybe anyone there, was like, we should get Tim over here. And then literally, it felt to me like time was so nonlinear that it felt like someone said, we should get Tim over here. And then the backsliding door just opened up and you walked in and you're like, hey guys. And I was like, how much time just passed?
I
Like,
think it was because we had texted him and told him to come. And I think I remember being like, man, like, where's Tim? Or like, when is Tim
Yeah.
going to get here? And then as soon as I said that, he did come in. And I remember, because when you first got there, we all like freaked out a little. We were like, oh my God,
Oh yeah.
Timmy.
because it's late.
Maybe-
You came at 2 a.m. or something. Like,
Yeah. I don't know.
No.
I don't know,
later,
man.
earlier.
The timeline is completely wrong. My
What?
time. So
What?
I'll describe the timeline when we like progress through the night a little more, but like it will blow your mind a little bit.
Okay,
Definitely.
Okay, let's hear.
So we kept like things started to go bad when I think Eric being paranoid
mean-
the whole time didn't help.
Why? What was he even concerned about? Like that we were gonna get
He was
caught?
probably.
Oh
yeah.
no, I think he was just concerned about getting too messed up.
I think he was concerned about that, but that just kind of led to him being paranoid about getting caught. You came and started like talking him down. I remember.
Yeah, I just remembered like coming in and Eric was like curled up on the couch, like.
Mhm.
Do you
like,
remember Sidney
freaking
Starr
out.
called us? We were on the phone with Sid for like a while. You remember?
No.
You were. He wanted to talk to you.
Oh jeez,
He's
really?
like, let me talk to Sam. You don't remember that?
I kind of do a little bit. I don't remember anything
All right,
that was said.
let me hear your
but-
timeline.
So stuff started going bad at 11. You were the first to hypothetically release what was in your stomach.
I mean, I remember puking like right before I went to bed. I feel like 11, dude. No way.
11:30 at the latest.
Why are you any more credible on this than me?
Because I threw up after you,
So
and I texted my sister to come and pick me up that night. I didn't
Yeah.
sleep there. I left.
yeah,
I
I woke
texted
up
her to
and you
come
were
and pick me
gone,
up.
and there was 2 piles of puke that neither of us dealt with.
And I texted her at 12 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah. She picked me up at
Wow.
like 12:20 maybe.
Okay. Well, obviously this night is a blur, but
Oh, yeah.
Sam and I got too sick. And
But like the weird thing is, after I threw up, I felt fine. Like I felt there enough
I
to
just
text
passed
my
out.
sister and go home. Like
why did you text your sister? If you felt fine, why didn't you just go to sleep?
I just tried to like get out
get
of the
out.
situation. I was like, this is bad. I just want to go home. Maybe I just won't even be tagged as part of this.
So in the morning comes, his mom comes, the owners of the house's mom comes down, and well, she's the owner, not him. And
I left before.
Tim was
People
gone.
started
Tim was out of there.
throwing up.
Yeah. And sees the puke that we didn't bother to clean up, and it's like, what happened? To which our improvised answer was food poisoning. And
Taco Bell.
we said Taco Bell, but we forgot that you guys went to El Maguey before. So like Craig was like, you guys got El Maguey and taco, like you did Mexican food twice last night.
No.
And that was like the first mistake.
Shaw.
That was our critical.
Food
I
error.
remember that because I was like, this is it. Like
Yeah.
that. All he had to do is say El Maguey, and this is
Fuck.
yeah. Then I think you just came clean to your mom,
Yeah.
and
They put the thumb on me hard. I remember they were like not taking anything but the truth, and I was like, oh, man.
but didn't they tell you they wouldn't tell the rest of our parents?
Yeah, they
'Cause
did tell me that.
I was pissed.
Did they end up doing
Yeah,
that?
my mom was like, I just got off the phone with Sam's mom, or like Gail, who heard it from your mom, like
Well,
immediately.
I
of
think
course.
yeah, I think what happened was Gail called my mom and was like, "Hey, is Sam all right?" And my mom was like, "Yeah, he's fine." Like
the boys did edibles last night.
She probably did tell them, and that was the
Whatever.
whole collapse of the dynasty. But
At that time, that this was bad that we were caught.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Like,
didn't stop us though, man.
but luckily your name, I'm pretty sure you were never involved in it.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know. I
Yeah.
don't
Tim
think I was.
Tim was just a shadow in
I
the
don't
night.
think you were.
Okay, well that's that story.
That was such a great story.
And
My
the thing
God.
is, like, maybe the next day I was bummed out that I got caught, but like to this day I don't regret that experience at all.
Oh no, not
That
me
was
neither.
amazing.
A funny thing that I do remember is the next day me and Jacob had basketball practice.
Really?
And we went to basketball practice super early in the morning, and we were both like still like afterglowing a little bit, and we were like, this is crazy.
Oh
But,
my
like,
god.
Yeah, and then I had to go to dinner with my grandparents that night, and I just felt terrible the whole time. I was like, I'm such an awful grandchild. And I still kind of felt it a little. Like, I felt it a little for like the whole day after.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, a wild experience. I have not done edibles since then.
Wow.
Actually, that's a lie. I did them once, and they didn't do anything. And I was like, you know what? These aren't worth it anymore. I was like, I'm giving up.
You did like a once in a lifetime edible, and then just like there's nowhere to go from there.
Yeah, there was no up. There was literally no up from there. Well, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Stuff nowadays is so ridiculous. Oh my god, you can buy a gummy that's that big. It's like 300 milligrams. It's like that's ridiculous.
Big boofy.
Yeah.
There's wait, what? I had a entire
I
list.
have a video from that night of you, Jordan.
What's
Have you ever seen it? It's
me
you
eating Doritos and
eating
laughing,
Doritos,
right?
and you're like, no, you did not want to be on camera at
Obviously,
all.
I didn't want to be on camera.
one's gonna
I'm
know.
still not
No one's gonna know.
admitting to anything or denying anything. I'm like,
Well,
even
yeah,
though-
you were fine. We didn't do anything.
yeah.
It's all hypothetical.
All right. Well, while we're on this topic, I'm about to probably shift the topic. Is there any other weed or random related stuff you want to bring to the table, Tim?
I don't believe so.
We can always come back, whatever. I kind of want to end, like, make the last big thing we talk about your music career.
Oh boy.
So before that, I'll just ask, like, the three of us go to school in 3 different states. You go to school in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
You go to school in Illinois, but Chicago.
Yes.
And I go to school in California. So I haven't really talked about California culture on here, but before I do, like, you seem to think your town is pretty bad, right?
Oh yeah.
What, Springfield, Missouri, bad?
Springfield, Missouri is.
Let's
like,
hear about that.
Well, have you ever heard of the show Live PD?
No.
Live PD,
Greene
you know,
County.
You know, Cops.
Yeah.
The show
You've
Cops.
Wait. You've never heard of Live PD?
No.
What?
So Live PD is the far superior version of Cops, and what it is essentially is they film ridiculous, criminal encounters in like 6 or 7 different counties across the country, and one of the counties is Greene County, Missouri.
Yeah.
Which it just so happens that Springfield is in Greene County, Missouri, and so like this cop show is pulling
like your backyard.
Yeah, literally my backyard. I've seen people getting arrested on this show.
That you recognize?
No. That, like, this one guy got arrested for having drugs, a gun, and counterfeit money, and he got arrested in the parking lot of a gas station that I've gone to. And I was like, oh my god. And the homeless, they call them boogans. homeless like bum people in Springfield, you call them boogans, and there's boogans everywhere. Every night, if you just walk like 3 blocks, you'll see like 2 or 3 boogans at least.
It's kind of like that in LA. There's a lot of homeless people.
Yeah, but like in Springfield, there's no like you're here because you're like really struggling. But like in LA, like I feel like the homeless people, I don't know. I just feel
Have
like it's different.
made bad life decisions or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, man.
there's probably bad life decisions in both places, but the ones
A
that
whole
are,
lot of meth in Springfield.
Yeah, that's like that's like the main thing. Like it's drugs.
I
Drugs
mean,
are the biggest issue.
To give you like some credit, I don't really know. I haven't really thought about it or looked into like why there's so many homeless people in LA, but I have noticed the closer to LA you are, the crazier people you will meet. Like
yeah,
I guess like that's a broad statement, but I have seen
I get it.
crazier people in LA than I've ever seen in Missouri.
Mm-hmm. I
Like,
feel like it's like that way in a lot of big.
and when
big
I say
cities.
crazy,
Yeah.
I'm like there's no drug I've heard of that would make somebody act this way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's sweet.
Yeah, we got a lot of crazies in Chicago.
yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let's hear about.
And a lot of fun people.
Yeah.
I almost went to the school Tim goes to, so like
Mhm.
I'm interested to hear what it would have been like.
I met this dude named DeBroxton.
DeBroxton.
Yeah, DeBroxton.
I know what I'm naming my son.
Yeah. Put your money where your mouth is. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Broxton.
The Broxton shirts.
Yeah. So anyway, I come out to have a smoke and a skateboard time outside of my building, right? Which is
As one
on
does.
State Street, downtown Chicago, like right there. We have a 7-Eleven connected to our building. I walk
Holy
out.
shit.
I see who I would come to know as DeBroxton. I see him in, I call these magical boxes of wonder. I always have since I was little. It's like the little room before you go completely inside a place. Some restaurants have them.
Oh yeah.
Magical
Yeah.
boxes.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
wonder.
right.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there, and there's a little counter in there, and I just saw him bashing on some like wings and pizza. And I just see him. I'm like, okay. I didn't really acknowledge it. Whatever. I'm doing my thing, and then he comes outside with like a bottle of liquor in his hand. He just bashed. I was like, okay. He's just looking around. People are walking by. He's going loud, 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 loud. And so then he just turns to me and he starts talking to me. And I start talking to him. And he never asked for anything. I don't know. He explained to me, he was like, he started to say that he was homeless, but then he's like, nah, I'm not homeless. My sister has a place that I can go back to. She doesn't like me. And yeah, I got to know about this guy, DeBroxton. And he never asked me for anything or whatever, because you get a lot of panhandlers and peddlers and other people trying to scam and whatever in the big city. I had a side story. I had this dude, my friend Fredo's roommate, got scammed out of like $450.
How?
Like
Jeez.
obviously with a fake check. And like they were like, "Can you cash this for us?" Blah blah blah. Didn't end up going through. Lost a lot of money. But
I would just like not.
I
I'd
mean-
be like, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
yeah, but the fault in there was that my friend Fredo's roommate, he was from DC, but he was really real liberal, real left, and usually helped out the homeless, had no problem doing that, felt for the
Wow.
guy, whatever, but got scammed. Pretty obviously. I don't know, but he had faith in him, and he got his faith torn apart.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What's your like favorite, like the biggest advantage of being in Chicago that you like, and the worst, like least favorite thing you like about Chicago?
I like that there's tons of people to meet, networking opportunities, blah, 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 but also lots of friends to meet and lots of cool people from everywhere, like all in one place. There's a lot of student housing, like everywhere, downtown, like right where I live. So that's nice. Get a lot of options of things to do, things to eat.
That's sort of an upside of LA too.
Yeah. Shit's expensive, which I'm sure is a
Mhm.
downside of LA as well.
Mm-hmm.
And smoking age is 21, which is a problem.
Sucks.
Yeah, that
Is yours 21
I think
to
so.
buy like a pack of cigarettes?
I mean, I don't know.
it
the
would
answer
have
to
to
that.
be,
I've never
dude.
tried.
LA, dude, probably.
That's one of the greatest things about Springfield, I think.
I
can go
bet.
to any corner store, gas station, buy Jewel Pods, cigarettes,
Man, it's ridiculous.
anything.
Do you buy cigarettes?
No, not really. I bought a pack one time, and it's just
Mhm.
kind of been somewhat like my pack of cigarettes that I use on like very rare occasions.
Yeah.
Normally when I'm inebriated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Does Columbia do anything? Because it's like a very quirky school, from what I remember when I toured it,
Yeah.
and like the way they describe their programs. So,
Yeah.
is there anything they do that is like very different from like a traditional like campus college experience that you think would like shock us?
Not necessarily. I don't think. I think you don't have to take as many like core classes and shit like that, which is
Yeah.
great.
It's an art focused school.
Yeah.
For sure.
And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's not much that's different. I don't know. It just depends on your preference if you like a state school or if you like, like a state university compared to an arts college. But it's pretty cool. They got a lot of courses, and it's nice because there's other colleges in the area, student housing, meet a lot of other people.
I'm doing something I've never done before. I gave Sam the headphones that I usually listen to.
Oh yeah.
So Sam, your job is, if either of us are too quiet or too loud, tell us to go back away or closer.
Okay.
And if you hear anything really crazy, give the headphones back,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you what that means.
I hear this high-pitched girly voice. It's not there anymore. Wait. No, it's gone.
This boy. How about that?
So Tim,
Is he going pee?
tell me what has
Nope.
been the most, crazy experience that you've had at school.
Oh
Like-
my god! I almost watched a security guard get killed.
Jesus.
Really?
I saw a dude get jumped, and the security guard. So we were walking back from like smoking or whatever, and I don't see it. My friends are all just talking amongst themselves, and I see the security guard looking up at the building I live at. It's a pretty big building for like student housing. He's like looking up, just up the building, looking for something. I'm watching him. And then all of a sudden I see him like duck away really quick, and this fucking bottle just smashes into the ground. I didn't know it was a bottle at the time, but I walked up and the dude was like I don't know. The security guard was like startled, but he was like about to, like walking inside afterwards, like what the fuck. And the bottle, it was like a Fireball bottle that was just like flattened like a pancake on the sidewalk, and he almost got nailed with that. I don't know who's thrown it from my building.
Like
But-
the ones that have like gas and like a rag in it, like that
Oh
type deal?
no,
Fireball.
no,
Oh, Fireball.
no, like
I thought you said.
not
a
a
Molotov
Molotov.
cocktail.
I thought
Yeah.
you said firebomb bottle.
Oh,
I
no,
was
no.
so confused.
Yeah,
Oh my
no.
God.
The ones that have a rag and
Yeah.
like,
No, it was just somebody tried to murk that dude with a
Fireball
bottle
bottles
of
are
liquor.
thick, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would do some
Wait, so
damage.
someone dropped it on him from a window like high up?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Somebody threw
Oh
it,
my
but
God.
That's
and then I saw a dude get jumped. They were like kids. I don't know. They were younger than me probably, but it was really icy out, and I don't know. Some goons or whatever were like trying to get this kid. This kid was like backing up, and he was backed off of like this whole empty lot. This was in the middle of the day. I was walking home from class.
jeez.
Like downtown, right near where I lived, and this dude was like getting away from these goons by like going into this lot or whatever, and then they walk off and they're talking shit to each other, and then the one dude who they're after, I guess, comes up, starts walking back towards them, and then they turn around and run after him, and like we see this going. I'm just walking down the sidewalk to my building, and he's running. And like the three dudes are running after him or something, and there's ice on the ground, so he like slips, and the other dudes just like wail on him for a second. He like lost his fucking slides because he slipped on the ice, and they like punched him and kicked him for a second. We were me and this kid were like, oh fuck, because we thought they were playing at first. We didn't know they were like actually beefing or whatever. So they wail on him for a second, and then they just leave, and we like hand the guy one of his slides that fucking flew off. He's like, I just got jumped. We're like, yeah. We were like, shit. But then he started to walk again after them, but I don't know. I think he gave up. I don't know. It was in the middle of the day, and they must have been like 16 or 17. But yeah, there's a story.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's pretty nutty, dude.
Oh yeah, some nutty shit happens. Yeah, I don't know.
So, Sam, obviously said some like, I don't know, Springfield, Missouri is interesting. But
Yeah.
you right before your recording, you said you really like the town, or you said you have an interesting opinion on the town we grew up in, which is Chesterfield.
Oh yeah.
So, and I said, let's save it for the podcast. So what's so great, or what's your opinion about this town we grew up in?
I mean, like, a part of me thinks that it's just like any other suburb, and like,
Mhm.
just I feel like I like the suburbs, like, as opposed to the city.
Yeah.
But like, thinking back to like high school and middle school, like I really enjoyed it. Like, sports were easy, prevalent. Club sports were easy, prevalent. There's so many like things to do. Everything's in like such a close place. Like, There's malls you can go to. Like the valley was great. And I don't know, just something about it. I really liked it. My neighborhood, I lived close to people. I could walk to
It
people's
was
houses.
cool, like skateboarding to each other's houses.
Like
and
we
stuff.
we skateboarded all the time. Like nobody lived like a distance away. I guess besides you, Tim, really.
Yeah.
No one like lived a distance away that was unwalkable, really. So that was cool. And just like if I were to start a family someday, which like obviously I hope I do, I feel like Chesterfield would not be
gay.
Would not be. Yeah, I mean, what can I say?
Just kidding. Me too, man.
Like Chesterfield wouldn't be a bad place to have a family. Like I don't know.
I agree, dude.
It was
like,
nice.
honestly, it doesn't. Whatever Missouri stereotypes exist, like, not really.
They're
here.
not prevalent in the county.
We just
at
had
all.
a good childhood and great schools. Like,
Yeah. I mean, there's stereotypes about the county which are definitely accurate, like
Yeah.
spoiled rich white kids or whatever. But like,
I hope we don't get drafted.
yeah, that would suck.
Selective service.
I recently filled that out actually.
Yeah, I hadn't
This
for
year.
a long time because
Wait,
I was
where did
trying
that-
not to.
where did that just come from? Why did you say that?
Something about when you guys were like starting families. What if we get
Yeah,
drafted?
if we get
Is that something?
drafted.
Do I have to fill
Fucking
out
World War III.
I mean, if you don't fill
did you
out-
get student aid?
like financial aid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably already did it.
Oh, I
They
must.
probably made you do it
Did
in
I
school.
sign up? And like,
Yeah, they made you
Yeah.
do it in high school, but I didn't do it.
whatever. I'll
I
serve my
recently got
country.
it like first semester like this year is when
Yeah.
I did it,
Yep.
or my mom did it or whatever. But I remember opening the envelope because it was like addressed to me, and I opened it and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Yep.
you want me to sign up for a draft? Like, do I have to do this? And like there was like a warning. It was like, if you don't do this, like you're in trouble. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed that shit doesn't get crazy.
Yeah,
Which-
that's out of our hands.
That's definitely out of our hands.
Yeah. You brought that up like so confidently. I was like, are we like in a war right now? Like, wow,
I mean, no, but
the way things are going.
yeah, something weird. There's some new, like, we are in an arms race right now with someone. It might be Russia that
We're
just
in a
released.
Mars race.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
yeah. So we're in some arms race for some like special missile or some, maybe it's a thing for Mars, I don't know, but like I remember watching the news, not like Fox News, I can't remember what news source it was, but I was watching it and I was like, geez, things are not great right now. And I was watching it with my mom and I was like, this is really like not good. Like, how have I not been like, keen on any of this stuff happening?
If you go on Twitter, like, that's really where I get a lot of my current events, even though it's biased.
Yeah.
At least that's how I find out like shit is happening. But like, yeah, of course things are not good right now. If you like if you have internet, you know that like things are not good right now.
Yeah, but like they were just worse than I
Thought,
initially thought. Like,
yeah,
kids
play
always,
too much Fortnite, dude.
Yeah, whatever.
Like,
Trin. I see you online.
You
all
go in the
time.
basement and you come back out and like
Tune
shit's
out.
going down.
Yeah.
Um,
You walk upstairs, honey, you're getting drafted. They're sending you to San Diego tomorrow. Oh man.
for more info,
Pendleton,
yeah, dude.
Camp Pendleton.
For more info about Pendleton, listen to episode 6 of the podcast with Dylan, U.S.
Yeah.
Marine.
Yeah. Should get Adam Barnes on a podcast. That would be.
Who is that?
Unreal.
Is he enlisted?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Oh God.
So one more thing that I forgot to mention about Sam and I's friendship that might as well just be immortalized in this podcast is that we used to serenade people online
no.
on chat rooms.
Oh no.
Omega.
Most people would like. There was just a little period of time where Sam and I would hang out. I'd bring my guitar. He had a guitar, and most people go on Omegle for
Naughty things.
pleasurable desires, and we just wanted to get a smile from
Yeah.
people. And
maybe,
we met.
maybe a little flash here or there if we're lucky, but
That may have been part of the plan. So maybe some naughty desires were, the end result, hopefully.
it
But
was all clean Christian content from our side.
and
at least.
Wonderwall.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And sweater weather.
Yeah, dude.
But I mean,
We met some pretty cool. Do you follow that one guy still?
yeah, we met a guy who was like Australian also. Dude, what if that was Mean Timmy? What if like that
No
all came full
way.
circle? No, his name's Edward.
That guy is he's living the life. I went through his whole Instagram.
Are we
the
talking
other
about the
day.
same guy, Edward Pasco?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one guy was like, "Give me a follow on Instagram, mates." And,
Yes.
and we like checked him out. And he's like a world traveler,
Such a cool
And he
dude.
loved our song. He was like, "Oh, I love Wall to Wall, man."
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Your song.
Yeah,
Ours.
we practiced.
Thanks, man. This is just a startup band. We're
Called Oasis.
called Oasis. Check us out on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So that was fun, and that was on my list, and we forgot.
We
to
also
bring it
used to just like. Do you remember the time on Instagram when we just like said, "Hey, comment a topic and we'll DM you a short little song about it"?
up. Or did we do that, or just take
No.
song requests?
No, we made up songs about what people like wanted.
But people liked it. Like
Yeah.
they were
Looking
like,
back,
"Aw."
they're terrible and cringe.
Do you have them? You might have the
No.
DMs.
Yeah,
Wait.
I do have the DMs.
I
I refuse to watch
I
them.
refuse to
though.
watch them as well. But
It would be very hard to do.
it would be like, I mean, yeah.
I met this dude on Omegle, who like was the same age as me, and yeah, he was the same age as me, and I got talking to him, and we had a lot in common, and I don't know, our sense of humor was similar. And then this was like right around the time when the Malaysian MH370 flight went missing.
And did he tip you off? Did he like predict it beforehand?
No, but that was all over the
don't-
news, and it was big
He was on the
mystery, blah, blah,
flight.
blah. And somehow, I don't know if I cracked like a distasteful joke about it or something, but it got brought up, and he was like, oh, something was said about it, like jokingly. And then he was like, dude, I'm from Malaysia. And I was like, no fucking way. But he was like, yeah, it's all chilling, no, ha, 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 blah, blah, blah. And so we talked more, and I followed him on Instagram, and I still check up on him time to time. He played Ultimate Frisbee. It was weird.
Did you ask him if he ever found his plane?
No, Jordan, I didn't.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think it's too soon. It's not too soon, right?
No.
I mean,
definitely
it's
not.
crazy.
It is what it
story.
is.
Yeah. It happened. Did they ever find that though?
No.
Eric
crazy.
asked me a weird, like, take this in all honesty. Put yourself in this. Let's say you're in the airport going back. I mean, I fly to
Is this
California.
the question that Eric?
Did he ask you already?
He asked a bunch of people, I think.
A big thing in our friend group is like hypothetical scenarios or would you rather,
Yeah.
just to see what would happen. So his idea of a hypothetical scenario is I'm in the airport. I get a call from Eric. He says, I can't tell you why, and I'm about to hang up. I have to go, but do not get on that flight. The flight you're about to get on, don't get on it. And then he hangs up. Now, Eric's your friend. You haven't heard anything else about anything suspicious happening. He sounds dead serious that he like knows some information about your flight. Would you still get on? Let's say you're going home from college on a plane. Would you still take that flight?
Probably not.
Would
Probably
you tell
not.
somebody? Who would be a person you could tell that could like do something about it?
I don't know, man.
So you would literally miss your flight.
I don't
just
know if
on-
I would start a whole thing. Oh God, that's a hard one.
It's hard, but I guess the obvious answer is just to be safe. If he's really
yeah,
serious, no one
exactly.
but then it's like if on the off chance he's kidding, you wasted like hours of your life.
Yeah,
I guess
then I
better
won't.
be
Well,
safe
maybe,
than sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
maybe Eric is some all-knowing thing, and like he's like, don't get on that flight because if you do, you're gonna go in the bathroom and drop your phone in the toilet or something small like that. That's not gonna risk your life, but it's just gonna suck.
Don't
Like-
go on that flight. You're gonna get pantsed.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, like my thought was, I took it more the route of like terrorist something, and I was thinking, if that was to happen, why would Eric be the one guy who knows? Like, and if he knew, why would he tell me?
Is
and
it
not-
exclusively Eric?
It's like just one of your buddies,
Okay.
like someone who would probably pull this prank on you, but they sound like I don't know. Never mind. It doesn't really need that much entertaining, but thought it was interesting for you guys at home. Ask your friends and family what they would do. Alrighty. Here we go. Tim Kodner
Yeah.
is a SoundCloud rapper,
Yeah.
and you're not the first SoundCloud rapper we've had on here. We had Lil Jon,
Shit. Oh shit.
but I'll just say it. You're the best.
Yeah.
You're the best I've
Yeah.
ever heard, man.
Oh.
So
Thank
good.
you.
Tim is actually a very talented musician.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
but like that happened after you left, or high school and stuff, right?
Yeah, that was when we were at Fern Ridge, which is where I went after Central.
Did
I
you?
don't know. Started writing to beats. I knew I could rap. I liked rap music for a while and hip hop and whatever. started writing other shit. Then I got a mic set up in 2017 in the summer. And then I started messing with recording, and then I just got a little better. And I'm still not that good. And I'm trying to learn how to produce, but I've been making my demo tape out of some of YouTube's finest type beats and instrumentals.
How many songs are completed already?
Like fucking like 24, 25 maybe.
It's pretty impressive.
Kinda, but I need to do more. This has been over the course of like a year or two.
And you're like Tim's music, like he always uses. So you don't. Those beats aren't made for you.
No, not usually, not necessarily. No.
Well, so
for the most part,
he finds beats that have pretty funny and sometimes obscure samples.
Yeah, YouTube beats and other stuff. And
Yeah.
like I've made some friends by doing that. Like I have a couple main producers now that I've met because of that.
Yeah, so he like raps over like some like Mario sound effects or like Gary Come Home from SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Did you listen? So the type of like rap that you do, like your flow and stuff, did you listen to that type of music before you started singing it, or did you like find that as a result of like searching for the beats that you wanted to rap on?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I have my own flow, but I listen. I mean, I'm influenced by like, I don't know, influenced by like Earl Sweatshirt. I listened to a lot of Odd Future for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Then once X came along, influenced me, and like Ski Mask, of course. That was a big thing at the time when I first started getting into stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I like to go around. I also like to like, I don't know. I have this one. I like to, at least for this tape, it's not super serious. And I like to take a lot of like influences from other shit, and also, I don't know, just make a tape full of. It's not supposed to be like a whole album, more of just a demo tape.
And like the thing I like about your music is that it's very like, it's very honest, I guess. Like you're really like you talk about the mini golf place you liked when you're. It's like very.
Yeah, that was a project.
Nostalgic. Yeah, but I like that. Even if you just put that song out, I would be like, this is awesome. Like, what are some of your favorite topics you've hit?
Oh shit.
Peanut butter panda puffs, right?
Yeah, peanut butter panda puffs. That's good. I don't know. A lot of the times, like a lot of my lyrics are like either personal references. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're just ha-has, universal ha-has, like some meme influences as well. Other shit like that. I try to find topics sometimes because if I'm just like writing to write, it's hard to like speak about anything in particular or have emotion to it. But yeah.
I had a Tampa. So we should say your name. Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa, as in the Bay.
And there's a comma after Tampa, right?
Yes.
Just to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa, as in the Bay.
Yes.
Obviously stemming from the nickname Tampa. That's like Tim.
Yeah, I guess it was originally Tamble, which came from.
Tamble.
I'm pretty sure.
Codeine hotcakes.
Yeah, that too. That
like
was
the
my
big
Instagram
first
name.
one, like
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Back when you were putting the little verses on Instagram all the time.
Oh yeah. I would upload before I got like a mic setup. I would do like snippets of verses I had written and record it with my phone. But it used to be Tamble. I think that came from McDonald's, which turned into McTambles. When we were just talking about, I don't know, it wasn't even related to me.
Literally infinite nicknames.
Yeah,
There's way too
So
many
cool.
to count. Like, so many. Oh my god.
I
T-Boy,
had.
T-Boolin.
Just
Yeah. Do you want to rattle some off?
I don't know, man.
Tampa,
T-Bool.
Tamble,
Timmy,
Tommy,
Tommy.
Tom Kidner.
Tim Tam.
Tom
Tom
Kidner's a
Kodner.
personal favorite.
But I had a Tampa lyric as my Instagram bio for a while.
Oh shit!
It was just, or
I think I saw that.
It was one of my accounts. It might have been Twitter. It was Crab Rangoon. Semicolon,
Yeah.
bottomless. Like, you know.
Yep.
That was a good bar.
That's from Crab
Yeah. Rangoon. What's the full line there?
Crab Rangoon, bottomless, young monsoon on Metropolis, hippopotamus. I'm stomping shit. Y'all blind to it, open Oculus.
17 years old.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
one. I personally like the one where you say drinks Kool-Aid like it's Jonestown.
Oh yes,
That
thank
one
you.
is thank
you.
That one's really good.
That's in the same song.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Drinks Kool-Aid like it's Jonestown. Oh man.
Is there like, do you want to like kind of do like a spoken word version of one of your songs?
Oh God, I don't know,
Up to
man.
you. Up to you.
I don't know about that.
All right, no worries.
I don't know.
Just so you know, though, I'm gonna ask you to freestyle at the end of this.
Really?
Would you do that?
I
No,
don't
I've been
know.
asking everybody, but you're the most qualified.
How is there gonna be? Is there gonna be a beat?
I'll give you a beat now, and then later I'll put in the same beat, like more high quality
Oh
later.
shit.
I think something great could come from this,
Yeah, I mean, if
have like a written
but no
verse.
pressure.
look, I don't care. I'll fuck around.
No one else has really taken the challenge. Like they've tried, and then
What?
just, they get to the first bar, and they just
Man,
like,
I don't know how I'm feeling. My sleep schedule's been fucked up. I woke up at like 4:30.
All right,
today.
you're in a great, a chaotic state of mind. Just
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
a
look.
tortured artist.
Yeah. Look, if you want to jump in, Ponyo, you can as well.
Lil Pon, yeah.
I don't know about that, man. I'll be your hype man over here with the.
You can ad lib. We can ad lib if you want.
Hey.
All right.
Okay. So we're about to get there, and we can just end it there. But or keep going if you.
Bet.
If there's anything else. But
Pepperoni, pepperoni.
the last thing I was going to
Pepperoni.
ask you before that was, what's your attitude towards live sets? Because you've performed live in Chicago, right?
Yeah, I love it.
You love being on
I
stage.
love it. It's a good time. Sometimes I'm scared. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes actually, like all the time, I'm scared beforehand. But sometimes it'll be good. I don't know. I've had a few. I've had better sets than others, but it's a fun time. I like it.
Does the crowd? Can you tell like if the crowd is into it?
Yeah. I can definitely tell. And like I don't know. I've gotten good feedback. I try to get the crowd into it as possible because it's like I don't know. I don't want. Cause like I'll go to other shows. I try to keep people moving around and whatnot, not just have an audience looking at me doing shit, not like feeling standing there feeling uncomfortable.
Do you?
So I like to have fun.
Yeah. Do you think like you face a setback because like you walk out there and you're like white? Like, have you ever thought about that or no?
A small little
Not
white kid with
really.
dyed
I mean,
hair.
kind of. I think it.
Like, do you think people underestimate you?
I mean, a little bit, but also those who know me, but also
Yeah.
I think it's nice because it's a little, I don't know. I feel like it's
Then
a
you
little
can
more
impress
memorable.
people.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that helps. But other than that, I don't know. I've gotten comments on me being white, of course, and rapping and whatever. But whatever, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know your story.
Yeah, they know my name, not my story.
I'm gonna. So yeah, we.
What type of beat are you gonna throw on?
I mean, I can give you whatever you want. Like, you could look one up.
No, dude.
I'll surprise.
Hit
I
me
have a
with
cool.
something.
I have one that we messed around with.
This is
earlier.
like Sway in the morning.
Yeah, Sway.
You're about to hit the 5 fingers of death right here.
Yo.
Whatever.
Fella. Double A. Portobello.
All right, the end is here. Anything else you guys want to bring up, or should we just jump into this?
Jump on it.
Okay.
Corbin blew my ass.
You like Corbin Blue? Jump in.
Actually, I never really watched Disney. I just know that he's in Jumped In.
Yeah.
Jump In, whatever. Corbin Blue.
Okay.
Urban Blue.
This is a beat I found. Here we go. You ready, Tim? This is to end the show. No pressure if it's bad though. I'm not building you up. I just think you're the best chance I'm gonna get at having an epic freestyle to end the show. Okay. Here we go. You ready?
Kyle and Chance the Rapper type beat.
Type beat. Do you fuck with that? It's kind of your thing. We can change the
fella.
beat.
No.
All right, here we go. Sam might be ad libbing as Lil Ponyo. I might step in as Dreambot.
Hey. My earbuds are truly wireless. I'm on fire. I woke up at 4:30 today with no particular desire. I didn't get high. I did not. I didn't get high. I didn't touch my stash of pot. In a jar. A mason jar. Don't you wish you could live inside a mason jar?
Mason jar.
As a house on top of a mountain. In the Swiss Alps, you'll find a fountain. Fountain of youth. That's where I went. I'm a teen forever. And that's heaven to me. Fellas all over the globe. Fellas all over the cube. Fellas all over everything. So what's a fella here to do? I got lots of knobs you can turn and twist.
Yeah.
But sometimes my knobs burn when they twist.
No.
Store me in an urn under your desk. And eat me. I'll dispose of the rest.
Yeah.
Get it off my chest. I'm a ha-ha funny guy. Big old silly fella with a big chunky thigh. Super duper pasty. They said I wasn't cool, but then that was when I was 18 and now I'm 19 now. Okay? I'm cool now.
Yeah.
I go to college. Cash cow. Yeah. Big business. Yeah. Networking. Yeah. Podcast. Chest hurting. Again. I took a dab. I'm just kidding. I need 1.5 of my own chillin'. The fuck? Big body, what's your build, boy? Big body, I ain't got one. Big body, can you build me? Big body from the pack, son. Woo! Yeah, champion on me. Champion on me. Damp weed. Dank kush. Brain is mush. Fella heavy. Heavy tush. Gotta touch. Gotta touch each and every person with a podcast. And you guys don't deserve it, but we're working anyway, anytime, any place. I said I'd spit a rhyme. Freestyle. Fake flowers. Double A. Rain showers. It's cold out. Twist off. Cold out. Still cold. I hope it doesn't snow. Because I'm tired of it.
Can you give us like a fast verse?
Yeah.
All right, Sam, sing the chorus
Oh
to
my
end
God.
it. Sing the chorus to end it, Sam.
The chorus?
Yeah, you know, the chorus.
Okay, sure.
I got lots of funny stuff to say.
I eat butterflies and caterpillars. I eat butterflies and caterpillars. Yeah, I eat butterflies and caterpillars.
Caterpillars.
I eat them caterpillars.
I hide your bones down
baby.
deep in the river. I eat butterflies and caterpillars.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, Sam.
Big boy slither
Hey.
like a snake. Big boy got a rake. Forks on that. Forks on that. Might go to tour, have a show on that. Timmy got a lot.
Timmy got a lot.
Word.
Timmy got a little.
Word.
Okay, so
Don't
one
hype
question
up.
I have: Are you a cube earther? You said globe. I've heard of flat earther all around the globe. I understand, and then you said cube.
Yeah.
That is next level, dude. That is, and with that, we're gonna leave you pondering our cubist existence. Thank you so much for coming. Do you have something to add?
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for coming,
Yeah,
Sam.
thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me on the podcast. I really enjoyed it, Terry. If you could have me again next week, I'd be happy to
Oh wait,
join.
we just did a podcast.
Wait, what's your
Dude.
name again? Gerald?
It's Terry, but I'm gonna
Terry.
be honest. I never hit record.
Sweet.
Bullshit. That's
So-
so funny that you do after every podcast, isn't it?
How'd you know, dude? How'd you know? I'm just kidding. I'm not that cheesy to lie about it every time and expect some big like reaction. All right, thank you guys for coming. That was really fun. That was a great conversation.
How about it?
I would gladly have you back, even though that might have been part of a bit. Either of you guys, very good podcast guests. Thank you so
I need
much.
to eat.
Thank you.
All right, you guys want to go do some edibles?
Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
I got a brownie.
Hypothetically only though.
Only, yeah, like, you know,
Like we'll think about it.
yeah. All right, thank you guys. Listen to the rest of the episodes if you haven't yet. It's always fun to catch up and understand some of the references we were making and some of the people we mentioned. Yeah, thank you so much. Follow on Twitter at Wild Wolf Films with no vowels in Wild Wolf, but still an I in Films.
My baby's due in 3 months.
Send Tim gifts for the baby shower.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, boys. Peace out.
We out.